Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more gameplay. Once again, using match as my primary defensive scheme when I'm rolling online. So, guys, want to kind of show you. I'm running with the Tennessee Titans. Playbook is my defense. It's a 3-4. It's got some 4-3 in it. A bunch of unique packages like the penny and whatnot. Let's go ahead and jump against an opponent. The guy was basically a no-huddler. He quick snap plays. He was a smart player, but also I don't think he really had a lot of depth in his scheme. So we'll go ahead and jump into this gameplay so you could see that. He took a lot of chances, a lot of 50-50 balls, and he got penalized for that. He's using the Lions, which, you know, is obviously a pretty good roster. Comes out here an empty set. Usually when I see empty, I like to go ahead and use dime packages, either like basically, you know, a 3-2 or 2-3 will, or basically just a dime normal. And the reason why is that I want to have obviously my guys spread out. You know, you're going to have three wide receivers on one side, you know, two on the other side, and it's just better to have that type of a package against empty. So I go into the dime package, and I'm looking for basically a suitable flats coverage, and I think I jumped into palms. A bunch of my guys up, and I realized that my defensive guys were not. I didn't baseline my guys yet, so that just kind of gives away a little tell. I'm going to go ahead and go over cover over the 3, and I've got my guys on contains right here. And I'm just, you know, basically going to go ahead and just see what he likes to run. He hits me with stick. So basically he's got a little stick route right here. So he's got a stick, out, up, and then he's got basically 2 slant plays. And I think what he did is he threw the backside, the inside slant right there. I was out of position because I had to cover the 3. And as a result, he's able to go ahead and do that. No huddles into a quick play. And I think I jumped into basically a cover 3 cloud. Right here. So I've got a cloud player down here. I've got to get over here, play the middle of the field. I've got a yellow right here. And then I've got just basically a hook zone. So since he no huddled, I just go ahead and switch up my defense really quick. Press my guys down. Play in the middle of the field. You can see I'm trying to clean this guy up, make sure he doesn't have a passing lane. His guy's stuck, and I don't know why this guy actually covered up, but he actually goes and takes a shot off the left line with a seam route. And because he had a drag route underneath it, that outside third was able to go ahead and fall up and just kind of look for any kind of work. And I'm able to get my first interception on the second play of the game. So that worked out pretty well for me. This guy defensively was making a lot of weird adjustments. He actually was going to do that. Right here, I'm actually going ahead and setting up my defense. Once again, I like the baseline is one of the things I like to do. Strip ball, I put a conservative, and then option defense conservative. I would say all of the different settings I like to do. Option conservative is probably the most important thing because you want to take away that quarterback run if you got a guy that runs it a lot. So he comes out of a single back wing formation. So I go in a penny. And what I like to do with this particular formation, if I run into it, is either run cover 9 or cover 6. And I like to go ahead and have the hard coverage on the wing side. And I like to take my linemen and kind of shift them off to the right. And I think he caught me out of position. I think I was making some adjustments in this type of situation. So I should have this guy manned up because he's kind of like this guy should be manned up to this guy right here. And I think that was one of the adjustments I'm making. Shift my line over. He goes ahead and motions this guy over. This is like a pre-motion package. And it's a play action. And I think he's got basically slant, but this other route here is an out. And that completely breaks this coverage. There was no defender in that area right there. He actually takes a shot up top. Once again, so this guy was trying to stretch the ball vertically, and every time he did that, he actually got penalized. But that play blew up that cover 6 coverage. There was nobody out there to take away that motioned over guy. So now he comes back into the wing slot offset again. So what I did is I jumped into palms. I just wanted to make sure I changed things up a little bit against him. He actually does a play action. Once again, he's got a little crosser, and I get a nice little, just unblocked shed sack against this guy. Get him into a situation where he actually takes a 3rd and 18 using palms. So he jumped in the mesh spot. Once again, just quick snap the play. Didn't really wait for the play, didn't make any kind of adjustments. In this type of situation, and he's already given me a blitz, so I decided to go ahead and just hit him with a really heavy cover 4 blitz. And I like to go ahead and user the guy off the, even in the middle of the edge. It probably would have got the guy in the middle. The edge pressure would have got around. He does get picked up by the tackle, and right here he's just trying to go ahead and throw things, and I'm able to go ahead and get get him down. And I think right here in a fourth down situation, decides to punt the ball away, which is a little bit strange. Most players will actually go for it. It actually worked out for him because he was playing man coverage, and his defensive back he clicked down, and I was able to go ahead and get in position and actually pick off the ball against me. So that was I don't feel bad about throwing that ball. It was just a really good click on for him and getting good in animation. So his defensive backs were actually playing a lot tighter coverage than I'm normally seeing with other teams. So here, down up 7-0, giving the ball back to him. He actually goes into I form. I decided to go ahead and just use some heavy pressure. And one of the things I like to do is show pressure front and actually go ahead and just do coverage, and cover 4 quarters is a really good coverage to go ahead and use out of this 34 even defense, just because you're going to have matching coverages and principles all over the field. And it's a challenging defense to essentially stop. Right here I get a nice little block shed, get him into a 2nd and 14 situation. So from a field day, from a standpoint of like what I'm doing against this guy, he's just really struggling against my defense. He's not really getting a lot of plays outside of that slant, pretty much it. So now he goes into a trips formation, and I go ahead and shift my lines off. And one of the things I like to do is I like to go ahead and put a hard flat out here. This kind of takes care of any kind of dragging routes and all that stuff. I should blitz this guy down. That's what adjustment is. Another adjustment I'm thinking of doing is actually going ahead and manning it up on this tight end right here, because if the tight end goes across, that'll actually pick things up, and I can actually still keep this guy blitzing down right here. So because usually that's just a verticals concept with a drag with the tight end. Sometimes kind of messes things up a little bit. So I'm setting this defense up. You can see I've got the man assignment, and I just need to crash the guys down. He actually runs the ball right there, gets it into a 3rd and 9 situation. So now he jumps into basically the tight Y off, or actually off. And a similar situation, I've got basically the same type of a defense setup. But what I want to do is I want to go and take this guy, put this guy in a flat, or to take away any kind of a quick hitter, and I decided to go and jump into palms, and I get myself on a defensive end because I'm making adjustments. And this is probably his best throw right here, is this little crossing route right here, 2nd best throw with that little crossing route. So that was a hot audible, because according to the play arc that wasn't. I decided to go ahead and switch things up and go into match coverage, because I haven't shown this to him at all. It's cover 3 match, and he was looking for a lot of deep crossers, and he found the leverage right here. My middle safety did not play this correctly, but that's all right. It was a quick snap audible change, and he's able to go and hit this guy right over the middle of the field. So he was just quick snapping plays, and basically just getting me out of position. So now with a no huddle, I go and bunch my guys down. I think I go with hard flats and try to spy up one of my defenders, and I don't get the spy set up, and as a result, he's able to go ahead and get the ball in the end zone in that type of situation. So basically, second quarter, I go ahead and march the ball down, take my lead possession with with a field goal. He takes a lob streak opportunity, and I actually hit him with a 50-50 play ball. So that's one of the reasons why I like to go ahead and use cover 4 quarters, palms, do deep thirds, is because it's going to give you that over-the-top support and prevent you from giving up some bad yards. So if you take a look at the score here, it's 17-7, and look at the clock. Only about 2 minutes left into the game, and as a result, he's really kind of like behind the 8 ball in this type of situation. So he doesn't really have a lot of opportunities. I'm going to go into basic quarters because he's quick snapping. I can't make any elaborate kind of adjustments. So he actually does play action once again. He's got some crossing routes. I get some block shed off the top of my coverage because he's doing play action shots. So This guy, like, he didn't really have like any kind of a particular offensive scheme, per se. He would just quick snap plays. He's running a lot of different types of plays. Hit me with a little crosser right there. I've actually rubbed into my defender. That probably would have got that guy out of position. So right here I go into kind of a heavy blitz because he's playing a little bit heavier set. And I think I just showed coverage. And right here I'm carrying over to that guy right here. He's got nowhere to go with it. He tries throwing it right there. I could have picked that off, but I didn't take control of my defender correctly. So right here, once again, I think I just go with an all-out blitz because he's doing a lot of play action. And play action, once again, to get him for a sack right here, 3rd and 18 situation. And I'm going to just go ahead and I think I go with just outright coverage, and I play the sticks. So really what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to prevent this guy from hitting, basically hitting this area. So I play sticks. And there's pros and cons to that. Probably if I would have stayed match, it probably would have been a better situation. But you see he's taking off this quarterback, and he sees this one guy crossing underneath the coverage. He takes it and actually catches the ball and get himself a 4th and 6. Now look at the area right here. He's at the 38-yard line. It's a 4th and 6 situation. If I get a turnover, the game essentially is over. But he does the smart thing is he actually goes ahead and kicks a field goal. This is actually not a bad decision based on this on the situation to win a game. Minute and 35 seconds left. He's down by 2 scores. So if he kicks a field goal, gets the onside kick, he's got a chance to win the game. But if he doesn't score at all, he's not going to be successful at all. So he actually kicks a field goal in this type of situation. Really smart decision, but he comes up short. And as a result, he basically quits out. So once again, guys, I'm going to show you kind of like my defensive coverages. This guy really was not that great of a player, but he did know, basic, scoring strategy and all that kind of stuff. He quick snapped his plays, and sometimes it's kind of challenging. And sometimes it's just better to stay with a base defense and see what your opponent does. So thank you for your support, guys. I'll be showing some more gameplay and videos, stuff like that, so you guys can see, different things that I do to be better at the game. So thank you for your support, guys. Until next time.